Turn my thing on. Good morning, Melody. Loves her hobby. So lovely to see you here.
Good
We
morning.
are live from lovely. I gotta. Whoops. I gotta turn my.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. One thing at a time. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The lovely sunny morning in Florida. Probably going to be about 92 today. Mika. Mika, would you like to join us this morning? I'll be glad to send you a link. Just give me a yay or nay. Oh, you want to, unless you want to wait and to see what we're doing. Maybe that's what you want to wait to see what we're doing. I will do the reveal. Yes, okay, I will. I will send you a link. Anybody else? Melody, you want to join? Let me send Mika a link. Messenger. Mika. Mieke. I guess we're not friends.
I can send her the link.
Can you send her the link?
Yep.
Okay. Because she's not popping up for me. Uh-oh, no, I can't get it. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Carol's taking care of you. Good morning, Riri and Mitzi. And Furchild. Yes, Carol. Yes. Yeah, we have a lot of fur babies here.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Yep. Yes. Okay. Well, you're very welcome. Anytime. Anytime. All right. I'm going to do my little quick reading here. It's a short one. I don't know what I told you folks, but I was able to buy a used copy of his first book.
Oh, crap. It only gives her StreamYards without the room.
I'm sorry?
Oh, wait. Let me see if I can do this again.
Good morning, Janet. And Allie. Good morning.
Oh, I can't send it. It didn't send. Oops.
It won't send to my room.
No, it's only the invite thing, and I can't. She thinks that works.
Now, what does Mika we have to be what? Friends on, I thought we were friends.
She's in the Facebook group. Good morning, Janet and Riri and Allison.
And this goes through Messenger. The message, can I send it to her?
In Messenger, yeah, you just have to.
But her name didn't come up. When I start to type your name, it immediately pops.
She's in your group, though.
Let me try one more time, and then we're gonna have to. Mika Moontiger?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be right back. I will try. Oh, there she is.
Oh, it worked?
I guess it worked.
All right.
Good morning, Mika. I guess it worked. There you are.
You'll have to do the landscaping thing.
Hi.
Yes, I'll do landscaping. Yes.
There we are.
There. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read a little bit from Robert. And again, he has no titles, so I just can't tell you. All I have is a little, I'm going to write down that I'm reading it. And again, I'm almost 100% sure I have not read this one, but if I have, hi, Gail, someone scream, or maybe it's some of the, Carol.
Okay, I'm going to mute for a moment.
Okay.
While you're reading.
Okay. After the dishes are washed and the sink rinsed out, There remains in the strainer at the bottom of the sink what I will call momentarily some stuff. A rational, intellectual, objective person would say that this is simply a mixture of food particles too big to go down the drain, composed of bits of protein, carbohydrates, fat, and fiber, dinner dandruff. Furthermore, the person might add that not only was the material first sterilized by the high heat of cooking, but further sanitized by going through the detergent and hot water of the dishpan and rinsed. No problem. But any teenager who has been dragooned into washing dishes knows this explanation is a lie. That stuff in the bottom of the strainer is toxic waste, deadly poison, a danger to health. In other words, about as icky gets. One of the very few reasons I had any respect for my mother when I was 13 was because she would reach into the sink with her bare hands, and pick up that lethal gunk and drop it into the garbage. To top that, I saw her reach into the wet garbage bag and fish around in there looking for a lost teaspoon. Barehanded, a kind of mad courage. She found the spoon in a clump of coffee grounds mixed with scrambled eggs remains and the end of the vegetable soup. I almost passed out when she handed it to me to rinse off. No teenager who wanted to live would have touched that without being armed with gloves, a face mask, and stainless steel tongs. Once in school, I came across the French word auteur, and when the teacher told me it meant unspeakable filth, I knew exactly to what it referred. We had it every night in the bottom of the sink. When I reported my new word to my mother at dishwashing time, she gave my son the idiot look and explained that the dinner I had just eaten was in just about the same condition in my stomach at the moment, rotting, and it hadn't even been washed and rinsed before it went down my drain. If she had given me a choice between that news and being hit across the head with a 2x4, I would have gone for the board. I lobbied long and hard for a disposal and an automatic dishwasher, knowing full well that they had been invented so that nobody would ever have to touch the gunk again. Never mind what any parent or objective adult might tell me, I knew that that stuff in the sink drainer was lethal and septic. It would give you leprosy or something worse if you should ever accidentally touch it. You must never touch any part of your body with your fingers until you had scalded and scrubbed and rinsed your hands. Even worse, I knew that the stuff would congeal and mush up and match and mutate into some living thing that would crawl out of the sink during the night and get loose in the house. Why not just use rubber gloves, you ask? Oh, come on. Rubber gloves are for sissies. Besides, my mother used her bare hands, remember. My father never came closer than 3 feet to the sink in his life. My mother said he was lazy, but I knew that he knew what I knew about the gunk. Once after dinner, I said to him that I bet Jesus never had to wash dishes and clean the gunk out of the sink. He agreed. It was only theological discussion we've ever had. My father, however, would take a plunger to the toilet when it was stopped up with even worse stuff. I wouldn't even go in the bathroom when he did it. I didn't want to know. But now I am a grown-up and have been for some time, and I imagine making a speech to a high school graduating class. First, I would ask them, how many of you would like to be an adult, an independent, on your own citizen? All would raise their hands with enthusiasm, and then I would give them this list of things that grown-ups do. Clean the sink strainer, plunge out the toilet, clean up babies when they poop and pee, wipe runny noses, clean up the floor when the baby throws strained spinach, clean ovens and grease traps and roasting pans, empty the kitty box and scrape up the dog dew, carry out the garbage, pump out the bilges, bury dead pets when they get run over in the street. I'll tell I'd tell the graduates that when they can do these things, they will be adults. Some of the students might not want to go on at this point, but they may as well face the truth. It can it can get even worse than the list suggests. My wife is a doctor, and I won't tell you what she tells me she has to do sometimes. I wish I didn't know. I feel ill at ease sometimes being around someone who does those things, and also proud. A willingness to do your share of cleaning up the mess is a test. Taking out the garbage of this life is a condition of membership in community. When you are a kid, you feel that if they really loved you, they wouldn't even ask you to take out the garbage. When you join the ranks of the grown-ups, you take out the garbage because you love them. And by them, I mean not only your own family, but the family of humankind. The old cliche holds firm and true. Being an adult is dirty work, but someone has to do it. There you go. And I know a lot of us when we have to stop crafting and we kind of complain that we have to go do some adulting. That's what this story kind of reminded me. And we all have to be that adult, and do the icky things, and that's so true. I'm reading some of the, yeah, I'm reading the comments. I hate that chore, not me, never ever. Um, let's see, Ruth's. Good morning, Ruth. This was kind
I
of
love those stories.
yeah. This was kind of gross but funny. Well, I've done all of those things, I've had all of those. The kitty litter, the dog, the pump, all of that stuff. I've stuck my hand down into the drain. Uh,
Mhm.
Even with the garbage disposal. I don't know. That's even worse, I think, sometimes. It gets kind of slimy down there. So that's but we don't have to worry about doing adult stuff this morning because we are going to have some fun crafting. Yay!
Ooh.
Thank you, Ruth. I enjoyed that one too. Actually, I've enjoyed them all. And Becky's on her way, and she said she'd be here momentarily. So we will let her in when she arrives. So on the thing it said TBA. And I was telling Carol the other day that I used to keep score for the girls' basketball team when I taught in New York. And it said on the schedule, we were playing TBA. And I didn't know what TBA meant. And I said to the athletic director, I said to him, I said, what school is TBA? Where is it? Because I've never heard of the school TBA. And he looked at me like, you don't know what TBA means? And I said, no. And he said, it means to be announced. So that's when I learned what TBA, I felt like such an idiot. I mean, I was like, an adult, and I didn't know what TBA meant. The author of the book his name is Robert Fulghum. Let's see.
There you are.
There you go. And he's written quite a few books. He's a minister of some sorts. I don't know whether he's a Unitarian minister. And his first book was, which I will start reading when we finish this one, is Everything I Ever Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And then there's several other books after that. But yeah, I really like, I I like his outlook on life. I love the way he, talks about life, because I think I've never read anything that I haven't been able to relate to on some level. There's so many layers in his stories that, it may be just a sentence in one of his stories that it connects, at least with me. So that's why, when I started doing the Sunday morning streams, I thought it would be nice. This is kind of like a warm up. And so we will not be adulting. We won't have to be cleaning out any sinks this morning. We should be crafting. And the to be announced is, again, the theme of this whole thing is inspired by. And one of the crafter and artists that has inspired me over the years. I've been watching him for years. Is a gentleman by the name of Mike Deacon, and he's a gentleman who is in England, and he does a lot of really neat things. And so we are going to do one of his techniques today. And after we're done, I will post a link to that YouTube, so if you can watch. But what you need, this will end up in our journals. You can do it right in the journal, but I think Carol and I are doing it outside the journal and then putting it in the journal. So, but what I'm going to do is you're going to take a painting, a picture of any
Why
painting.
don't you make yourself bigger so everybody can see what you're explaining, and then put us off to the side?
Good idea. Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting.
No.
But I'm good at it, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. Honestly, you know I do.
I know, I'm just picking.
So I chose, this is one of my, thank you, Janet. This is one of my favorite, paintings. It's known, the name of it is The Scream by Edvard Munch. He's a Norwegian. I have art socks that I bought when I was wearing socks. When I taught, I wore socks because I wore slacks. And I had a pair of socks that had The Scream on them. On the side, it was the whole painting was basically the pair of socks. So I always wore those socks on Monday morning because I kind of felt like that on Monday morning. And actually, I probably should have worn it Friday at the end of the week. I probably felt more like this than I did on Monday morning. So I'm going to do this. So if you want to follow along, or it's I know it might be difficult, but you're going to pick a paint. Oops. Oh, I almost knocked my smoothie over. A painting, any painting, right? And cut it down to fit your journal if you've made a journal. And if you have carbon paper, then use carbon paper. If not, we're going to do the old-fashioned pencil on the back. And it's better to use a softer pencil. I'm using a 4B, which is very soft.
Anything with a B, everything with an H means hard.
Yes, and B means, I don't know, what does B
soft.
mean? B for soft. I don't know. All right.
But that's when I was watching one of the sketches. It said that to remember which pencils to use best for shading is not the ones with the H, because the
Right.
H means
Yeah.
hard.
Oh, they go all the way up to, this is a 4. I have a pencil set that has an 8B.
Yeah, I have that too. Mine are all little tiny things these days.
Right. But you can see if you have, now when he did this, he actually used your typical 2H. So it was not as easy. He didn't get quite as, but this will go fast. And I think, Carol, you have carbon paper, right?
Yeah, I'll show mine after you're done showing.
Well, I can go back to normal now because this doesn't have to be, we don't need to, this is not rocket science.
So my picture is coming out of Dean's Mother Goose Book of Rhymes, and I just picked something simple out of there because some of them are, quite detailed. So I just picked a bird for a nature scene, and I am using this one, and I'm using carbon paper. So what I did, and I know Anne will do this probably after, is I took a piece of washi tape and I taped my picture down to my base, which is my paper that I did yesterday on my stream, where we did the trendy papers, and all the links for all of our episodes will be below our videos in a description box. But what I did was, because I'm going to put this in the journal after, I found my center line so I could find the center for my picture. And then what I did was I just taped it down onto my background so it doesn't move, and I can keep checking to make sure that I have all my lines, because I'm not going to use a pencil to trace. I'm going to use almost like a dot tool. So when you lift this up, your picture doesn't move. Put your carbon paper down and then put down your picture, and you're ready to trace.
Dixie.
And that's what I'm doing. And I know Mieke, she was just thrown into this because she came in blindsided and didn't know what she was going to get herself into.
No, so I'm looking around. I'm looking around, and I'm.
Anything.
It can be anything out of a book. It can be one of your own sketches to redo.
Any picture that you don't mind putting graphite, or if you have carbon paper, that's better. And I'm gonna do it, Carol, and I'm going to tape my picture here. But you don't want too much. You want to kind of. And that's exactly what I'm going to do to keep it steady.
Yeah, because then you can check after and know where your lines are, or
Right.
if you need to go over.
Right. Now, I did one yesterday, a test, but I'm doing, let me just, I can't talk and tape at the same time. Oh. But can she chew gum and walk? I don't know.
This is what I'm using to trace my bird. I'm using a little stylus.
And I'm using a pencil.
With a little round ball on the end. Well, I want to keep the picture for something else. So
right, yeah.
I don't want to ruin it. So I only have the one, and I don't have a color printer, so I couldn't reprint out.
So this is and then the other thing that I did is, oh, thank you, Kathy Arbor. The B stands for bold. That makes sense. Bold.
Bold. Thanks.
Bold. Now, what I did early this morning is I threw on a very, very, very thin coat of gesso on mine, just to see, because I just wanted to see. This is the one I did yesterday afternoon, and this is what came up. I guess you can see.
And sorry to interrupt. Make yourself big and find the big square with the two little squares, so we can see, because your process is a little more detailed than that. Way you're bigger and we're off to the side, but they can still see us.
Oh, Becky's here. Becky, I'm sorry. I see. Oh my gosh, she's way down at the bottom. I can't get at her. Oh, Becky, I apologize. Why can't I get at you? You're below the screen.
You probably had time to find a picture.
Oh, come on. I can't get at her. She's just below the. Huh. Oh, come on.
Can't make it smaller.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I got the bar. I found the bar. God, I'm such an idiot. There. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Becky. You had time to find a picture.
I did.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, I wonder where she is, and everyone's saying hi. Okay. Well, I apologize, and I'm glad you found a picture.
I found a picture and I made a copy.
There you go. Yeah. So I'm not.
I thought about cheating and just do Escher, but that's okay.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Find the big one with the little squares so you can finish explaining it, so we can see your outlines.
Okay.
There we are.
How's
That's
that?
the one.
Okay. So this is my sketch from this. And this is on untreated paper. This is the paper that's in the journal. So it's the exact same paper that's in the journal that we made the other couple of weeks ago. And so I'm now going to sketch it again with the gessoed paper, just to see what that's going to be like. We're kind of this paper is, we figured, what would we say it was, 90 pounds sketch paper?
95-pound sketch paper.
95-pound sketch paper. And we're not, I mean, it's not going to hold a lot of water. So Carol, why don't you tell everybody what you figured out, what you're going to do to accommodate the issue with water. And I'll make us all.
Well, I was going to say, all you had to do is, if you want to highlight somebody, is drag that person over to the other side.
I can just click on you.
Well, but then it doesn't keep everybody on the screen.
Okay.
That's all right. This is fine. What process I'm doing is I'm just using my ink paper that I did yesterday, and then I'm going to put it into my journal. I made sure that it would fit. So I just took, and well, like I said earlier, I found the center of my paper, and then what I'm going to do is, like we did before, I just put it into my journal like we did this one. So I'm just going to put that in on the next double spread. So that's all I'm going to do.
You're using one of your gel plate pulls yesterday.
No. This was my ink. If you remember, my jelly plate was a blooper.
Oh, well, I thought you had. Oh, I thought you had a one that was okay.
No, I didn't have any that was okay.
Okay.
The inks on the plastic lid that I did.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I knew you had some paper that stuck.
Yeah. So with this so far, being that I've done a little bit, I'm going to check and see if I'm pressing hard enough or if I'm pressing too hard. So with it being taped here, I can lift this up and pull down my paper, and you can actually see, well, you can barely see, but it's there. It's starting.
Mine's coming through too. Mine's it's actually coming out a little bit darker on the gesso than it did on the untreated paper. So we're just going to be tracing our pictures and I guess chatting. I hope everybody's doing well.
And I'm going to use a mix of, to paint my picture, I'm going to use a mix of watercolors, gouache, markers, and pencils. So it'll be a truly mixed media paper, and I've pre-wet my watercolors.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to use watercolor pencils so that I can use as little water use some water, but not a lot of water. But we'll see how that works. That's my plan. And we'll see. And then I'm not, I have to tell you, this is, for me to do this in front of people this is kind of a big deal for me because I don't really do much drawing. And if I do it secretly so no one can see me do it. So.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Fool you. It's just like that jelly plate thing. Come on. Just look at that amazing pull she did.
Oh, I had that one lucky pull. With the help of others. I had a lot of people that helped me with that one. And I was lucky. It came out good. And I've already glued that one in my journal, which I'll show later. So, we're doing stuff that really is probably easier done outside of the journal, but then we can just glue it in the journal. So, Carol and I were talking yesterday afternoon. Once we kind of glue all these things into the journal, it's going to be a pretty cool looking journal. And again, these techniques are inspired by so many people. Now, if you're familiar with Mike Deacon, you're probably most familiar with his Mission Inspiration that they do now. They do them twice a month. And I was going to do a Mission Inspiration, but we've done a lot of prompts lately. So I thought I would do this, which is not a prompt type of related. So that's why I decided that we would attempt this. And he did Mona Lisa. And he said, it's kind of a funky Mona Lisa, but he said I did Mona Lisa in my style. And that's basically how she turned out. And he used watercolor, and he did his in a, let's see, a Diana, is it Dina Wakely, Wakely mixed media kind of art journal. It had different types of paper. So that's what he did his Mona Lisa on. Now this has many shades of blue, some turquoise and tealy stuff. This looks like a lake or a river, and there's like two little boats out here. So we'll see what this looks like. So Becky, you've got a picture. You found a picture. Let me make you big for a second here so we can see.
It's a Monet.
Oh, a Monet.
I think that's all I need. I think. Oh, I didn't do this foot. I can tell by looking at it.
Okay, Carol, tell me how to do this again. I'm trying to. What am I dragging? Where? Oh, there. No. Oh, here. I got it. I found it. Oh, okay. Oh, that is cool.
Do the reveal here, and I can start painting. And I'm using a piece of acrylic canvas that I have a pad of.
Oh, okay.
So there he is.
Oh, that came out really good.
We'll see what I can do with him.
Okay, and you just rub graphite on the back of your picture.
Yep.
Yep, there you go. Excellent. All right.
We'll see what he looks like.
Yeah, it's fine. I know. I'm a little nervous. I am, honestly, but we'll see what happens. And I think Mieke, are you looking for a picture still?
Yep, I am hunting down because at the moment I can't have my printer working because all my USB ports are actually engaged.
Oh, okay. All righty.
So I'm looking for a coloring page that I can, do the transfer from on the back onto something else. So
but when you transfer it, it's going to be black and white anyway.
Yeah, true. So
you don't have to have color because you're going to color it in. That's what
So I had an idea about a coloring page and now I can't find the coloring page.
Yes, that's the crafter's dilemma.
Why?
We all have that problem. I said to Carol, the motto for crafters should be, I just had it. Now I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I did literally had it like a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It just poofed.
Yeah.
Literally poof.
Well, I think it was in Mary's stream the other day, and I think Ruth was trying to tell her that the cap to something was in the lower, was to the left of her or something. I thought, so Ruth, I think it was Ruth, that she was trying to tell Mary where the cap to one of her things had gone to. Yeah, this is working on the graphite. I mean, not the graphite, on the gessoed paper. Really is much more intense. And it's, I when I put the gesso on the paper, it didn't buckle it that, no, hardly at all. But I put on a very, very thin layer. Well, I guess I'm done, which makes me nervous. Well, maybe I'll put a couple of more lines in, because now that I'm done, I'm going to have to do something with the lines. So I guess I can't sit here and do this for the next hour and a half. Okay. So I'm going to take this off here so I can. That's the nice thing about using washi. This is when you don't want tape that's too sticky. Well, I went and had an eye exam on Friday, and I was noticing that I was having trouble reading street signs. And I guess Wednesday of last week, I said to myself, I said, you've got to get, off your butt and make an appointment, have your eyes checked. And then I apparently already had an appointment, because I got a text message saying, you have an appointment Friday at 1:30. I said, okay. So I'm getting new glasses, and I've been wearing these glasses since 2015. So, and the new ones are going to be totally different. Totally. I'm going very different. They're kind of like a greenish, tortoise shell-ish. So, but the prices they get for glasses, I'm sorry, is obscene. I don't know how many of anybody out there that's recently gotten a pair of glasses, but they are ridiculous. What they get for the frames. My lenses are I get trifocals and transitional lenses, so I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in the lens part of the equation. So I know that the cost of the lens is pretty high, because again, I'm trifocal and transitional, and you almost have to have transitional in Florida, because I know I would never think to put sunglasses on, and this way I don't have to worry about it. Gail, that's right. I have a light box too. Never even thought to use it. That really that works really well. But I hate it when they dilate your eyes. Oh my gosh, that is the nastiest feeling.
Here comes the grand reveal.
Okay, let me make you big, if I can figure it out.
That's why I like using the big square with the two little ones, because then you just drag the person you want from
All right,
one.
the big square. Wait a minute, the big square with two little ones.
Yep, which will
three
make
little
you
ones.
big first.
Okay,
Yep, the big square with the two little ones on the side.
that's what I have highlighted.
Click on it.
Click on it. And it's not doing it.
Huh.
Because a lot of times in each one of the squares, there's like in Becky's square, there's a little gray thing.
Yeah, there is, but this is right in underneath where you find your landscape. Next to your landscape should be, yes. Now just click on me and drag me over to where you are.
Okay.
Off
Drag.
this, and just pull me over to the,
You're not,
and it'll trade us play. There you go.
okay. All right. I'm so sorry. All right.
That's all right. You're learning. Hey, it was the first time for me to do it yesterday.
Okay.
And this way, everybody, we
Nettie.
still watch everybody. So I used a stylus to trace all my spots. So here we go. And this is the background that I'll have for my paper.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it a little bit.
So some
That
spots,
background's going to be awesome.
but now I'll use this as my template, my picture, my reference.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can put you back to big or somebody else there, and we can all be on sides or go back to landscape. But
Okay, so I have to go to that one first and then drag. I'll go back to landscape.
there you go.
There we go. Okay. Now, I'm using Derwent watercolor pencils. And we'll see where we get with this. I'm going to start with the orange, I think. And I am a little... Well, let's see what this looks like.
I need to paint.
Yeah.
We're playing in the water.
That's not the right color. Let's see. It's orange. So then after the eye examination, the guy was very, young guy. I'd seen him before. And it's been determined that I'm going to have cataract surgery some point down the line. He said he was projecting 8 months, so probably next year sometime. So that's, I'm not too, I'm not really, I'm concerned, but not like nervous about it. Because both of my parents had cataract surgery. And anybody here have cataract surgery
No.
yet? I see Nettie. I said hi. Good morning, Nettie. Nice to see you this morning. Thank you for...
Nettie got her gnomes. Her gnome dies in, and she's been making little tiny gnomes because of me. She can blame it on me.
That's right.
Because in our crafting chat, I shared some dies I got.
Well, you're the official gnomester. I made a gnome stamp because of you. Becky inspired me to carve a gnome stamp. So I have a gnome guy that I can put anywhere. I don't know how this is going to look because I'm not
going all the way to the edge because my pages are smaller.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be cutting him down anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
If anybody wonders why I'm not going to the edge.
Good morning, Lori.
Hi, Lori. Good morning to you. Thank you for coming. Lori's on after us, I think, right? Correct, Lori?
11:30.
Yeah. Is that right?
At 11:30, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to add some water just to see how bad this is going to be. Water. I don't have a brush. That would help. That always helps. Let's see my brush. Sorry, I should have this ready. I hope if you can't do it now, I hope everyone gives this a try. Even if you're not confident in your watercolor skills like I am, at least you're like filling in. It's kind of can be like paint by numbers or My water's on the other side of my computer. Oh, I gotta get it. Now you're going to use, Becky, you're using, is that acrylic or watercolor that you're using, Beck?
Craft acrylic.
Craft acrylic. Oh, wow.
Because this is acrylic canvas.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I have one of those. And a pad of that. I never remember to use it. I bought a whole bunch of canvases at Dollar Tree. They had 8x8s, 8x10s, and 9x14s.
Wow.
So I bought a whole bunch of canvases. But then I have to convince myself to use them. I always think that I'm not good enough to use them, which is stupid because for $1.25, I should be able to just to go in and do whatever I want. They also had the boxed canvases there, you know. They had the flat ones, and then they had the ones that, is that what they call them, box canvases? Or is that not the, is there a term for those canvases that are kind of like on a frame?
Stretched.
Oh, is that what that, okay, stretched, okay. And then what's the other kind called? Just flat?
Well, there's board canvases. They're the ones that are, they're not stretched on a stretcher. And then you have the canvases that are more dimensional that are like 2 inches thick. They're still a stretched canvas.
Okay, all right. Oh, I got a little of the sky here. I think I need a little bit of yellow. Get that in there. Let's see. How you doing, Mieke?
I finally found something. Yay!
Yay!
I had magazines, but magazines just, don't work well to put stuff over, so.
Oh, you mean rubbing the graphite on the back of the magazine? Yeah, that would be hard. Yeah. Hi, Barb. Chicken pot pie from Canada. I've never asked this question, but I assume that you like chicken pot pies and that you make chicken pot pies all the time. I mean, that's my assumption. Because of your nickname or your name. And is it a society? I mean, is there a group of you that guys get together and make pot pies? I've often wondered about that. She answered my question. Barbara, let's see. I'm not really following. I'm just kind of putting some oranges and reds in here. He's got kind of a oh, that's cute. Did you already paint that? Wow. Let me see if I can't get this right. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to drag Mieke over.
There you go.
It's a little me to you, Bear. Yay!
Oh, wow. You did that so fast. That's great.
No. That's not mine. It's not mine.
Oh, okay.
Doing
Okay.
the
That's her art that she found.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. I
It's
thought,
actually a piece of packaging.
oh, okay.
If I could draw like that, that would be awesome.
Well, I thought you had already traced it and you
No,
were filling it
yeah.
and you were coloring it, but you're tracing it now. Gotcha. All right. I guess it was the way you were holding your pencil that I thought that you were doing it. Okay, I got you now. All right, understood. I'm all right. I'm okay. Okay. And Carol, let's go take a look at Carol. Peek
I
in it.
decided to ink mine first. I started to watercolor and then I thought, "Ah, I'm going to make my lines first and then like I have them, but they weren't prominent enough.
Uh-huh.
They were, and it just didn't show the watercolor between the watercolor and the background. So I may have to go with gouache, but we'll see.
Gouache.
So I'm just loosely, not even doing anything fancy, and I don't care if I go over my lines a couple times. It's just a rough outline, very loose sketch of it
Okay.
instead
Now,
of. Go ahead.
gouache is opaque, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit thicker than watercolor.
Okay. All right. That's okay. So it's opaque. And watercolor is translucent.
Yeah,
And acrylic can be both.
kind of. If you put enough medium in it, or
You can water it down, I guess. That's
yeah, but you don't want to use too much water because when you use too much water with acrylics, it dilutes the pigment too much. It like separates it, kind of.
Okay.
You're only supposed to use so much water with your to dilute your acrylics. That's what your mediums are for.
When you say, all right, I'm reading, wait a minute. What did she say? I wanted to. Chicken pot pie was explaining the, let's see. I thought, didn't God, they are ridiculous in price. Oh, we're talking about glasses, yes. Okay. Oh, and no surgery. Wish I could have a floater. Oh, and they don't do surgery on them. It drives me nuts. Yeah. Those floaters are weird. I'm going back and I've been remiss. Yep. You're Kathy. Good advice. Practice.
Some acrylics like reds are you take multiple colors, yellows. Some yellows are a little more translucent. That's why we usually do a background color first and kind of like a primer. I'm only going that way because I'm used to painting houses, and every time we had to paint a burgundy wall, we had to use a gray primer because the red was so translucent. So with the gray primer behind it, it makes the red shine a little in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it neutralizes it more.
No, it makes it bolder.
Really?
Neutralize it. It's a primer. A primer. It just sets it so the red isn't as transparent.
Okay.
It still takes multiple colors or multiple coats, but One house we painted, it took 5 coats of red, even though we used a gray primer to get
Wow.
it.
In our first house, our bedroom was lipstick red. We loved it. It went beautiful with our mahogany furniture. The lady that bought our house said it took 7 coats of paint because she didn't
Yes.
know the primer trick of going gray first.
Yeah.
7 coats of paint to cover that when it would have been, what, 1 or 2 if she'd primed it with gray first.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. That's crazy.
We loved that room. It was just so comforting. Your bedroom is red, really red, not just red. It's really red. It's like, yeah, we love it.
Yeah, after that, we swore we'd never do red again.
Now, that one's cast off for right now.
We had students that were in an institution on Staten Island that kind of came and lived with us, and my ex allowed the boys to pick the color for their bedrooms because they were like living in a dormitory type of thing. And the one boy chose red with a black ceiling.
Oh, wow.
And,
That makes my neck hurt just thinking about the black ceiling having to be repainted.
yes, and
Mm.
I was the one that had to read after the young man kind of left, and it was red, and then he had done like black, like I guess they kind of look like black squigglies all point throughout the red. It was yeah, quite the challenge. And but we put Clorox down. We bleached the walls. Do they still do
Yeah.
that?
We bleach to kill mold and mildew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we use, we don't use Kills. There's another one. It's called Gripper.
Yeah.
And
Oh, brutal.
it's an in-between primer. So if you don't know if you've got oil or acrylic on your wall, if you use Gripper, then you
Yeah.
can just paint acrylic and not worry about it peeling off.
Yep. And that stinks.
Oh, it does. But I think both Gripper and Kills stink to the high heavens.
They do. We used to have to do that on cupboards when people wanted their kitchen cupboards painted because of all the grease and grime, and it worked well.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I need. I know what I need. I need a piece of paper. Don't you hate it when you're sitting in your craft room and you're literally engulfed in paper and you can't find a piece of paper? I mean, it's. Does anybody have that problem? I know I do.
Yep.
I can't find a piece of paper. How stupid is that? It's just a. I have a. Wait a
We
minute.
can put you up there, Ann, so we can see what you're doing.
I'm not doing anything at the moment. I'm looking for.
Paper?
Yeah. I was looking for my swatch card. Oh, I can make us equal. All right, there you go. Yeah, I've heard of Kills, but I haven't heard of the others. And
There's a 1, 2, 3 as well, primer. And that's another one that'll cover a lot of stuff. And you two stop it.
oh my gosh, I'm reading what Barbara said. She says, Gail, as a teen, my husband, okay, he wasn't my husband as a teen, told his mother he wanted his room red painted. Didn't believe anyone would want a red room, so he painted it rust red. Ooh.
Ooh.
I'd be saying, no, I want real red, not that stuff.
Uh-huh. I'm looking for iron. Ooh, that's gonna work. Now I'm getting down into the blue area of my painting. I meant to get my socks out.
Oh.
She wants me to pet her.
Oh,
She's got her paw on my painting arm.
and that's got to be a little heavy, I would imagine.
Behave. Yep, Riri, that's right. Zinzer. I couldn't remember.
Well, Kathy Arbor, I've done a lot of your paintings. I have followed along. I've done some of them. Now where'd the brush go? The brush blend. Oh, there's the brush. The brush blends in with the pencils. It's the same color. Let's see what this looks like. Well, that looks pretty close. This is kind of, I know this is not that exciting to watch, so I really appreciate you guys hanging in there. I hope you guys try it though, because if you're not,
They like watching paint dry. Come on.
that's right. We've had this conversation before, haven't we?
Yep.
Notice I'm saving him for last. I'm hoping he's gonna. All right, so we got that, and I need this goes up here. I'm just figuring out, and this comes down here and around here, and there's some lighter blue here. Do other people? I don't. I kind of have to talk my way through it. And those are, let's see, that's really dark there. Okay. We got little houses here that are kind of like turquoisey color. So, all right. Alrighty, I'm coming there. Any sales going on?
After 12 o'clock, I think.
Oh, okay.
If you're talking about real stores, I have no idea.
Well, there's a conversation unto itself talking about the real estate market, huh? It's crazy. Crazy.
Okay, that part needs to dry.
Okay.
Move on to the next section. That's how I work. I do a little bit over here, a little bit over there, a little bit over here, and then that gives that time to dry so I can go back and
Oh, that makes sense. This is kind of, this goes around here. And then there's a little bit of orange. This orange, no, that's hot red. That's not orange. Okay.
okay, you found your ball.
I love the names of colors. I think that would be an awesome job to be the person that names the colors. Ah, squeaky time.
Yeah, she found it. I tried to hide it.
Oh, it sounds so cute.
At least she's not hanging on me.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Well, I need a turquoise.
Thanks, Janet. I need a color.
That's so cute. I bet you that can be annoying after a while.
Yep. That's why I tried to hide it.
Iris blue. Let's see. Well, that'll have to do. That'll have to do because I don't really. Let's see. Does anybody else have Derwent watercolor pencils?
No,
No. You have the ink tints.
I have
block.
that's it.
Yeah. I like them too. I only have a, oh, I think I found it. Let's see. Oh, that is it. Huh, I found it. I did. So I got little turquoisey houses up over here. Oh boy, it doesn't look like it. Maybe when I add water to it, we'll find out. Some buildings. And then we got a line of this. Comes in here along the shore. They were saying that when I was reading up about Edvard Munch, that they were in this article, and I don't know whether you'd agree with it or not, but they said that the Scream is probably the second most recognized painting, second to Mona Lisa. So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting statement. I'm sure some people would argue with that, but it is pretty recognizable. But recognizable to whom? I mean, if I showed the Scream to say a bunch of seventh graders, I don't know that they would know the Scream, but I would venture to guess that they would recognize Mona Lisa, but I don't know. That would be at least close.
Oh, my sisters would wake up now. Let me.
Good morning, everybody. Oh. I have to give this bird a darker face. And it does help that this paper had already had ink on it.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's true too, Gail. Yeah, the Monet's Lily Pond is, yeah, that's very recognizable too.
Oh, they're asking. It's a Monet. Well, let me tell you. I'll open my book and.
Yeah, let me
Find
get
out
you.
about
Let me make you
Mr.
big now that I know how to do that. I will make you big.
Let me see if I can find him again.
There you go.
Manet, Portrait of Monsieur Broom, 1879, Bridgestone Museum of Art in Tokyo. So that's him.
Wow. So that was a portrait done by, wow,
Monet.
Monet.
because this book is all on Monet.
No, not now.
That's
Can't find
interesting. Because you don't think of him as a portrait, but let's,
Mm-hmm. Bless you.
oh, look at
Howard.
that. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that didn't do what I wanted to do, but it's okay because it's in my style, right? Ha ha, and Laura's style of, I don't know, something. But I can do anything I want, right?
It'd be funny to change the colors.
I know. I just
I could put him in purple with green pants or something instead of.
That is quite the blue. That is a blue.
Yeah, this is just the base though, because I'll mix a little black and stuff in. But I was trying to find a neutrally.
It's going to be darker. So the water here is kind of blue and orange and yellow. So that's not, it's kind of like, well, I guess it's reflecting the orange and red sky. I guess that's the point. That just dawned on me. Because that's really what happens. Well, my pond out back has got lilies on it now. It's got little red. No, I didn't realize it was done on a type of cardboard. That's interesting. I love cardboard. As a matter of fact, yesterday after yesterday's stream, I was going to say after yesterday's scream. Well, that's a mess that we had. I had. Oh my gosh, I had papers everywhere. As I started to clean up, I started sorting some stuff. And I found some nicely cut pieces of cardboard that would be perfect for, obviously I plan to gesso that cardboard and make it into, substrate to craft on. And then I have round cardboard, from pizza boxes to paint on the round cardboard. I thought that would be fun. I bought some long playing records to do something with. What, I don't know. I was thinking of maybe doing, just collaging on the record and then buying one of those clock little mechanisms and then make a clock. To bring those in. Let's see what we got when we add some water to this. Let's take a check-in. Let me take a look at. Let's see if we do this. Take a look at Carol. Let's see what Carol's up to. Ooh, your bird's coming along really nice.
He needs more colors, but I have what we can do. I don't want to oversaturate all at once because, it's just copy paper.
Yep.
Just copy paper. So I'm working on the branches. Just random.
Yeah, I don't know, Gail, how that cardboard would have withstood the. It's not very, yeah. Well, the painting hangs in the museum in Norway. Obviously. Do we have anybody in our immediate crafting group from Norway? Is Lena's not from Norway? She's Denmark, right, Lena?
Yeah, I don't think she's Norway.
I don't know that we have any. Hmm. Yeah, I can't think of any. Yeah, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that I would say they're from Norway. Uh-uh. I got the almost the top half done, but I'll show you what I got done so far. Let's see. Come on. No, I'll try this. Well, it's not it likes you.
You should
Let
turn.
me drag me. Let me drag me. See if that
Drag you
works.
over and see what.
Yeah,
There
I
you
did.
go.
Yeah. So that's what I've got done so far. Here's the original, and here's what I've got done so far.
Oh, awesome.
So
That looks
doesn't
great.
That's looking good.
it's getting
Oh.
there. You know, so I'm doing the easy stuff. I'm holding off doing his.
Are you hoping to run out of time, man?
Well, unfortunately. I was
I
thinking about that, but we have another hour or so, so I don't know. I'd have to. No, I'm gonna. I'm a gonna. All right, I'm gonna. Somehow, I'm. All right. Let's see. What is it? Need the iron blue. All right. Because I'm gonna. Let's see. Let's go to Mika. Whoops.
Yes. This is the original.
Mika's painting. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Great. Super.
I'm just at the first layer so far, so. But I'm using gouache because
Yeah.
I'm on printed paper. So
Mhm.
watercolor and printed paper, nah. So I'm going for gouache.
Yeah. Well, that was our concern too about the paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, so far so good.
Yeah. And I'm working on a thin layer of gesso, and I think that's really helping a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's like a barrier.
Yeah. I'll put too much water on that. Whoops, that pencil's flying all over the place here. Well, I had a backup painting that if this didn't work out, I was going to do the Van Gogh Sunflowers.
Oh.
They would have been fun. No, I might, might do that, for fun. Now, hi, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea. Hi, Kathy Cowell.
Oh, hi, Kathy. I'm assuming many of you are familiar with Mike Deacon. And how many of you have done his mission inspirations?
A long time ago.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But I thought I'd like to, how they self-destruct, just like Mission Impossible. This message will self-destruct in 3 seconds and then it blows up. And now they're doing a mid-month one. He's doing 2 a month.
A mini mission and a.
Yep. And I think the mini missions are on gigantic big tags. He's got these they're really cool, but it's a tag, but it's really it's a big tag. I don't know how else to describe it.
I can see Kathy Arbor going, oh my God.
Oh,
You need to watch me some more.
no.
Oh, well, we're doing our.
Kathy is so encouraging and patient, and
She is an amazing artist. Kathy Arbor.
mm-hmm.
Almost put it in my tea. That was a close one.
All right, so his face is like a, oh, I don't know. It's kind of a weird. Let me see if I can't. I should just do the face and be done with it. It wouldn't be so. But it's such an odd gray.
You can
Maybe
switch
this-
me again now.
Okay. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot that you were on the
No problem.
hot seat. We'll put
Take
Carol.
me off the spotlight. Take me off the spotlight.
I'll put Carol over there. Well, I asked Carol was supposed to, keep track of me, but she's so into her paint.
And I'm
I told
painting.
her. It's hard, You get like self-absorbed.
I
It's
do.
kind of good to be when you're,
When it comes to watercoloring, yeah, because that's my thing. I really.
It's hard. It is not to be self-absorbed because it takes a lot of concentration. You can't just.
It's getting there. It's only like 100,000 more layers.
And letting it dry in between.
Yeah, it's getting there though. I only inked part of it. I still have the other part to ink. So
Chinese
there.
ink.
I need a dark green.
No
Dark
wonder.
green.
Well, I can test that over here. What the heck?
I lost his eyebrows. Oh, God.
Oh, you didn't need those anymore.
You could put us all on landscape.
Okay, Barb. Well, let's see. I wonder if I went this way. Huh. Oh, it's interesting. On this side of the paper, I'll make myself think for a second. I'll go back to this is the gessoed side, and over here I didn't gesso it, and I'm just kind of experimenting with the water. And look, it peel. It's peel. What do you call that when it kind of
Paper pilling.
pilling? Yeah, look, it's just pilling up just like crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
On
You're
the
brushing.
non-gessoed size, right? Almost
Yeah,
immediately.
when you rub the brush too hard, well, you can't do that on non-watercolor paper. But even on
Obvious.
watercolor paper, if you rub your brush too hard too many times while it's saturated, it
Yeah.
will make the paper pill.
Yeah.
That's why
But
you
on this
see
side,
me
it's
moving around and only doing one in one direction, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And also letting it dry in between.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, I never have the patience to let it dry.
Yeah, I don't either.
Horrible with patience.
That's the hard part.
So, is everybody enjoying this different type of art? What
Yeah.
is Becky painting? Andrea wants to know what Becky's painting.
I will bring Becky up
Monet.
and share.
There you go.
There's him. There's mine.
Hmm. I love how you did the background. Wow.
Thank you.
So
We'll let half his coat dry and then go back to it.
I'm thinking this guy must have had some money to be able to pay Monet to do a portrait of him, unless Monet was just starting out, And it's a full body, not.
Yep.
That's some serious.
Plus, at that time, people couldn't make photographs yet, so they just
Right,
had to
yeah.
stand there
Yeah, they had to have
and
portraits.
keep on standing there.
That's yeah. When they first invented photography, you see those pictures, and they're in those awkward poses that they're not smiling. And I tried to explain to my students that they had to sit still for
Mm-hmm.
forever. And a lot of times there were like little metal things that they would put their necks in that you couldn't see in the photograph, that would hold their necks perfectly still.
What always creeps me out is the death photography.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. The death masks. Yes. Yeah. Super creepy.
Because didn't they pose the people as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very creepy. And then the other thing they did, which I thought was creepy, were the desk masks. They would do the plaster mask of the person's face.
Oh.
Oh, do I have
And
any?
that's true, Alan. Most of these guys were just poor as could be while they were alive. Unless they had a Patreon. Vinci actually died on the arms of the guy that was his Patreon. He took good care of Leonardo in his final years. And he carried that portrait of Mona Lisa around with him. The person that had commissioned that never really got the portrait, because Da Vinci would say, well, it's not quite done yet. It's not quite done. So wherever he moved and wherever he traveled to, Mona Lisa went with him. I think the guy eventually got the painting, but initially, from what I read, a really excellent biography written by Walter Isaacson, who was, in my opinion, one of the really a wonderful biologist. He was written some great biographies, and I kind of, when you find an author, you kind of read, you follow them, and you read their, everything they've written, and that's Walter Isaacson. I like his style, and again, they're so well researched. That's that's what I. I find myself reading a lot of biographies and nonfiction as an adult. I like. But I don't really. I have Audible books. So I'll listen.
I do read in English, but I usually read fiction, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't imagine reading in a different language, because.
Well, yeah, I most of the time I actually think in English, because I
Okay.
speak English, I write in English.
Wow. Okay. All right. I remember asking, we were in Montreal for the Montreal exhibition of 1969, I think. No, 67, I guess.
Mhm.
And we were talking to some French, some Montrealian, I don't know what you call people from not Montrealians, but people. We were standing in line for something, and I remember asking them, what language do you dream in? Because I guess they claim that the language that you dream in is your dominant language. So I don't know whether
For
that's
me,
true.
that switches, actually.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, sorry. I said for me, that switches. I can
Okay,
have dreams in English and I can have dreams in Dutch,
in Dutch. Okay.
depending on the people who are in there.
Oh well, that kind of yeah, all right. That would make sense. I can see that. Yeah.
Oh, I need to wait. Drink some of your tea.
Now my father, he spoke German before he spoke English. His
Mhm.
German, That's what was spoke. That's what they. His parents were both. German.
My German is horrible. Horrible.
Well,
I just apparently can't seem to grasp how the language is formed. With French, I didn't have that problem, and with English, I didn't either. But with German, it doesn't click, apparently.
well, German's interesting the way they put words together. So you'll have a word that might be, they might put 3 different, words together and mash them into one word. You know what I mean? I took German in high school, but I don't remember. And honestly, my grandfather who lived with us, he pretty much did my German homework for me. So that's why And the guy the teacher was really
school. That's why she became a teacher, so she could catch those tricks.
what? I didn't hear that, so I'm sure it wasn't. It was not nice.
You learned the tricks in when you were in school.
Oh yes.
So when you became a teacher, you caught all those tricks.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Sorry, I was quiet for a while.
That's all right. Now you can go back to being quiet. No, just kidding.
Yeah, sometimes I mute myself because of noise outside or when Bo is suddenly doing stuff around here.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right.
That's just like these guys.
Yeah, they've been very quiet.
Shh.
She says, shh.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I can tell you
my
that-
German teacher was really not a good teacher because the homework, he would just assign pages and pages out of the textbook that we had to translate. So, I mean, I guess you're learning, but
It's just not the same thing over and over.
I would literally sit on the floor in the living room at the feet of my grandfather and say, "Oh, dear grandfather," I really was. And he would take the textbook and I would sit on the floor at his feet and he would just read it in English and I would just scribble it down as fast as I could. And then the tests that we had were vocabulary words. I mean, there would be 100 words. They would be a 100 word vocabulary tests. And I could memorize 100 words, but don't ask me 2 days later what any of them meant. I had zero retention. And that was the gist of the German class. So I took 2 years of German. When I went to college, the German professor said to me, I'll never forget it, he said, "Honey, take Spanish."
Wow.
Nice guy.
No, he was not. He was, very German.
Sarcasm.
So I took Spanish. And then that's how I got to go to Mallorca because I had taken Spanish. And my poor parents, I'd convinced my parents that, oh, let me go to Mallorca on this school, junior year abroad thing. And I said, when I come back, I'll speak Spanish and I'll become a Spanish teacher. And they bought that. Oh my gosh.
Oh my man.
I mean, I did become a teacher, but not then. Many, 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 many years later. Well, he's not looking too good, but I'll have him. I'll be going back and putting his eyes in and doing some of the highlighting. But I'll show you. I mean, if he saw this, he would scream. That's all I can say. He would scream if he saw what I've done to his. Where am I? Is this me here? So he's kind of, but I'll go back and kind of put some lines in around here, and then I'll have to put his eyes in, and there's like a little orange kind of up here on his forehead. So, but I had tackled him, and he's not looking too good, but I think I can fix him.
That's cool.
There's not really much to this painting. It's just Lily. No. No. It's not time, my little Lily Pilly.
Close. I know.
Getting there though, she knows. Ah. Yours has been heard from. Yeah. So what did your pups have for breakfast this morning? Everybody, you should hear the menu for these dogs.
Liver
Liver
and kibble.
liver into bone. Okay.
They had liver.
You just fry that up.
Yes, I did.
Rotten. Beef liver, calf's liver,
Beef liver.
calf's liver.
Beef. Yeah.
Of course. I'm assuming it's you buy it frozen, right? And then you just
No. It's fresh.
fresh.
Fresh meat.
Yeah. Not even frozen and thawed out. My gosh. Holy
Yep.
mackerel.
They're spoiled.
Hi, Deb. Good morning, Deb. So fresh. That's impressive. Fresh liver.
Fresh liver and cut up little small and mixed in with their kibble.
That's pretty impressive. Lucky them.
They won't eat the kibble without something.
Oh, okay. All right.
They will starve themselves before they
No, they wouldn't. I mean, you think they would, but they wouldn't. Well, I was telling Carol yesterday that Lily got out into the garage, which is fine. I mean, normally I wouldn't care, but it's like 120 degrees out there, and I'm afraid that she's gonna, like, I don't know, pass out from heat exhaustion. So, and then I forget that she's out there. So here I am. So I set the timer. So every 20 minutes I get up and I go out and open the garage, door to the garage. And I say, Lily, you want to come in? And she's laying right there. And she just looks at me like I'm an idiot. And so I said, all right, I close the door, go back in, set the timer again for 20 minutes. So this went on for about an hour. And I finally, the last time I went out, she was not there by the door. I didn't know where she was. So I was calling her. And so I actually reverted to, and I started saying to her, and I'm afraid if I say it now, she's going to go bonkers, but I said to her, and she knew.
Spell it.
I said to her, is it TUNA time? Is it TUNA time? And she came flying out from underneath the car and ran into the house. I'm going, you little bitch, and so I said to Carol, I said, I felt I had to give her a little TUNA, otherwise it wouldn't work, when I needed her. So she got an extra little TUNA yesterday. So next time you can stay under the cars all, I don't care how hot it
Now,
care.
no more spoiled.
No. No. The only reason she ended up ever getting the TUNA is because I had arthritis medicine I have to give her. And it comes in a capsule. It's a powder. And you can't sprinkle that on the dry food because you can't have it sitting around all day.
They're
So,
smart. They won't eat it.
yeah. So she and her brother from another mother started on the tuna.
Uh-oh. You said
Don't
it
say
now.
the word.
Oh no.
Oh, she wasn't. I didn't say it. No, she didn't hear me.
Yeah, you didn't say it loud enough that time.
And I didn't, there's a certain, sing song
Inflection.
way that, you say it. But
This is going to take longer than.
Yeah.
yeah. And I was afraid, you know what? I was afraid that it was going to be done in like an hour. Huh.
You're so funny.
Oh, goodness.
But that's okay. Next week we can show everybody the finished product.
I can show my comparison.
Oh, okay. Let me do you, big. Whoop. Now that I know how to drag and drop, it's a drag and drop time.
Yep. So there's the original.
Oh, that looks wonderful. Oh,
Oh, so pretty.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
4 little touches, and that will probably be with colored pencils.
Hmm.
It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And the
No.
background using your paper that you made yesterday is perfect.
Yeah, he's coming out really good.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks, Ann. You changed it on us last minute.
Well, I mean, yeah.
She says, I've got another idea. I was like, okay.
And then, Carol, then with Carol, it was like, I don't know what I'm going to use. Like, I don't have a printer and I don't have this and I don't. And then we decided, then she got her Mother Goose thing book out and we saw all these neat, illustrations.
So yeah,
So it worked out.
coming along. He needs his details yet, but so far,
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty good.
hello, Tanya.
Hi, Tanya. Good morning to you.
I've been
Tanya.
horrible about looking at chat. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah,
busy.
I haven't been watching either.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel like,
Everybody hanging out with us though.
yeah.
Okay, let's see everybody else's comparison.
Okay. Let me go to Becky.
Can you move these over so I can get them up
Whoops.
here?
Sorry, I didn't do it. My drag was a flop. Wait a minute. Now I got it now.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. Oh, that looks great, Becky.
So it's coming.
Yeah. Very good. Excellent. All righty,
Thank
Nika, you ready for your comparison?
Yeah, I'm not nearly as finished as I thought I would be because
It's a lot of, oh, that's adorable. That looks great.
You're doing awesome. They all look
Yeah.
well. I love them all.
That's great. Okay.
so yeah, it's fun actually.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun because it's supposed to be.
Everybody can enjoy and join us in here and play along.
Yeah. My comparison is, it's,
You're getting there.
yeah.
It's looking good.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'll fix his face, and then there's not much. Yeah, and this is, yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. I've never done anything like this before, so it's a new experience for me. So let's go back to the equal Tyrion. Let's see. She drinks. Riri. I like. She drinks with her cup paw. I've seen cats do that. I have seen cats. Some cats do that. They'll dip the paw in the water and then lick the paw, and that's how they drink. Yeah. Lily drinks a lot of water. I mean, she just slurps it down. I've got a big ceramic bowl in the kitchen, and that's her main source of water. But then there's always the toilet bowls too. They can't.
That's what I do.
They do.
Oh
She
yeah,
does.
you have experience with that, don't you, Carol?
Yeah. They like their toilet bowl water. It's probably colder than the.
It is. It is. And I'm
Well,
not being really fancy on my sketching here. If my lines are wobbly, and that just gives it more character.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you're sketching and you think, oh, my lines aren't perfect, they don't have to be.
No, they don't have to be. That's true.
Black. It's a brown. I guess that's kind of a brownish red. Let's see. Can I find a brownish red? I have a beautiful. Look at this beautiful swatch thing I made. Willow might work. The only problem is now finding it. Oh, madder brown. Madder brown. A brown that's madder than another brown. I just picked it up. I just grabbed it. Let's see what madder brown looks like.
That's funny.
Because I always like one of my favorite greens is the hooker's green. So. And I don't know that someone explained that. I think if someone in chat explained what the hooker's green, where that color came from. I'm using angry colors. Yes, I'm madder brown. Yes, I'm mad at you. Someone explained the hooker's green. And I can't remember now what the explanation was, but there was some story behind. Because I know the story how hookers how the word hooker ended up meaning like a prostitute, other than a crocheter, because I kid around that Becky tried to teach me how to be a hooker, but I'm still working on.
Excuse me.
I'm still working on becoming a hooker.
Crochet, yes.
Well, I have this little piece that I did a while ago, and I very proudly have it hanging on my room for my camera. That's my hooking so far. During the Civil War, it was very common for if the soldiers were married, that their wives and kids would march a couple of miles behind the troops. And at the end of the day, they would, be cooking and doing laundry, of course. Lucky women, right? They even got to do the laundry during the war. And then there were laundresses that followed the troops and they officially did the laundry. And as I described it to my kids, they did the laundry and a few other things for the soldiers along the way to keep the morale up.
Laundry with benefits?
Yes, laundry with benefits. And some of them got my inference and some didn't. And they became known as hookers women. Because they were following General Hooker. At least that's the story that I was familiar with. Laundry with benefits, yep. Yep, laundry with benefits. Yep. Well, this madder brown isn't quite the right matter, but that's okay. It's my painting, and I can make the madder. I can make the brown as mad as I want, right?
Yep.
I like it though. It's the fence railing, so I like the way it looks. I like it, Lily. Do you like it? No, you don't like it. You want to be fed.
Yep.
I
Almost.
just heard her first mew. Becky, what do you? Some of your cats are more talkative than others, right? You've got some talkers.
Our only really loud talker is Cole,
Cool.
Greg's cat. He's an obnoxiously annoying with it.
Okay.
And then Greg's other cat is a squeaker. She goes.
Oh,
She makes
dear.
this little meows. And the rest of them, they just meow when they want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And Howard's a whisperer. He does. You talk to him, and he'll do yeah.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh! Like he's like, oh, that's funny.
He's a sweet boy. He's laying in the basket right now. He's taking his turn in the
In the
craft
basket.
table
Oh, they take
basket.
turns in that basket. Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, and until it's Callie's turn, and then whoever's in the basket's going to get beat up because Callie's just not having it. It's her turn. Get out! She'll bite them in the butt.
Really?
Yeah, she's brutal when it's her turn, or when she feels it's her turn.
Right.
The boys better watch out.
So she's like an alpha female.
She is. And her and Piper don't get along, so Piper stays in the bonus room with Greg out there.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in if he comes in.
It's amazing when they have all their different personalities and
They're
pecking
all
order, I guess.
Oh, there's a cricket just outside the window. It's driving me bonkers.
I had a blue jay that flew into the window the other day out on the porch, and I figured, okay, that was a mistake. And he was sitting on the patio floor, and he kind of shaking his head a little bit because
Oh,
and then he did it again. He flew away, and then he flew in again, and he went right into the window. So I don't know whether he saw some sort of reflection, and then he flew away. He didn't do it after that, but it was kind of weird. All of a sudden, there was a plunk. Oh, I told you about the bunnies that were doing zoomies the other day. That was so funny. They were doing classic zoomies. They were zipping back and forth, chasing one another. Well, it's that time, folks, almost.
Wow. Almost.
So I want to thank everybody for coming today and hanging out and watching us create art of sorts. Well, some of us are
Some of
creating,
are inspired by
Mike Deacon. And next Saturday,
we'll have our next episode.
that's right. And Carol will reveal her inspiration. And if you guys have somebody that really inspires you and you want to let us know, please drop it in the comment and we can check that out. When we're looking for people that basically are known for a particular type of thing, because a lot of our people that I follow do so many different things. It's hard to pick one thing. And really, today was meant to be a mission inspiration. But then I saw him he called this stream Faux Mona. So,
But we were inspired by him, so that
yes, I was inspired by the method. And and what inspired me was something that I thought I might be able to do it. So it might look like something that somebody might recognize. And yes, Deb Farrell's on at 5 p.m. Eastern. And so please give this a shot. Grab a picture, grab a pencil. And if you don't have, carbon paper and make a copy and paint away. It's like paint by numbers. So again, thank you so much. Oh, that's right. She did tell us that. That's right. Deb is not on today. She's got another
appointment.
Obligation. I think she has a dinner to go to. Thank you. I forgot all about that. And she did tell us that Deb will not be streaming. Well, you never know. Somebody else might pop up in that time slot. I don't know.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. You never know.
Keep your eye out. Make sure you're subscribed to me and Anne and Becky and Mieke.
Yeah.
You never know.
So you know how hard it is to find a spot. So try to parallel park. It's like parallel parking. Trying to get in there.
I just drive around until a parking space opens that I can get in.
Right, and that kind of fits, right? I like that works with describing trying to get a spot streaming, right? You drive around until there's a spot open.
That's right.
Or wait for somebody to pull out. There you go. Okay. Oh yeah, and Mary's on tonight at 7.
Sometime.
Is it 7:30 her time? 8:30 Eastern.
8:30 Eastern, I think.
Okay. All righty. Okay. Well, bye. I'll say so long. And again, thank you for being here. I so appreciate it. And thank you, mods, for doing all that you do, putting links in for all of us. I so appreciate that also. So see you all next week. And there's Becky's. Yep.
Now
Okay.
that's a screenshot for your
Yes.
thumbnail.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I never do that. I have to learn how to do that. Okay. So long, everybody. Thank you again. Bye-bye. Oh,
Bye.
Pandy Girl. I think Roy's on at noon or 11:30. Yep. Bye-bye.